This is Drop Tent Media Network.
Like, I never felt fully straight. I had girl crushes. But one thing I started doing when I started doing art therapy, it was talking about being bullied by girls. And it turns out enough AIM messages from mean girls in a very formative stage can really shut that gayness down. We're dating.
We're dating.
We're dating. What's up? I'm Rachel Peters.
And I'm Alejandro Morales.
And today we're with Hannah Trav.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. We're happy to have you.
Hannah is a multi-hyphenate. She's a comedian, and she does other things. What other things? What else is in your pocketbook of fairy tales?
Well, my Sims family is thriving. I am actually not joking. I'm also a lawyer. It's fine or whatever. It's kind of cool. And I love puzzles and
Great.
And the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yay.
Nice. Yeah.
I love it. Well, we're dating.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to know each other on this date.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about queer awakenings or
Quakenings. Good queer awakening makes you quake, I think.
Yeah, it'll make your
I
legs
was
shake.
gonna say that's an accurate description.
So to kick things off, I thought that we would talk about our current queer crushes, if we have any.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rachel, why don't you kick us off?
I mean, Florence Pugh, pretty obvious. That's a standard one. I like the lady with the deep voice. She's funny. She fully shows her tits, and she's just I have small tits and I'm proud, and people shouldn't be ashamed of their bodies, which I love.
Mm-hmm. She's hot.
She's very hot.
Yeah.
God, she's so hot. And then also incredible actress.
Incredible actress. I've
love
seen
talent.
Midsommar 4 or 5 times.
For real?
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm kind of obsessed.
It's scary, right?
It's weird, scary. Yeah,
I'm not
it
allowed
is.
to see scary things.
No.
I'll have nightmares.
Oh.
But anyway, no, but she is a great actress. I've seen her in other things.
Have you seen, in Little Women, incredible.
Yes.
I didn't see, okay. That's also probably not the one I should be I have a crush on her. She plays a 12-year-old.
Okay, Rachel, we're not even 3 minutes
It's
in.
not a good one.
Although she's definitely 20.
Yeah, I know. The adult, and also doesn't look, she looks 20. Okay.
Hannah, what about you? What's your crush?
Well, for several years now, it's been Megan Thee Stallion, and just both in the I aspire to be as physically fit and as good a dancer as her and as good a rapper. I'm not going to become a rapper. Don't worry. I'm not at risk of becoming a white female rapper.
Hannah has been marked safe from the female rap game.
You're with one of your friends is at risk of becoming a white female rapper. It's on you, man. You got to show. I'm just kidding. Shut up.
Preventative work.
Yeah.
You ever see those videos of Megan Thee Stallion working out with her trainer?
Yes.
It's intense.
Did you hear how quickly?
Yeah.
Several many times in a row.
What's in the work?
Yeah, she does. And then probably my longest queer crush has been Shakira. Looking back on my life, I'm oh, that's what that was. That feeling when I watched Shakira is love.
Several times a year, I queue up Beautiful Lie with her and Beyonce and just watch them ballet dance.
Do you try and do it?
In my brain. I think, I could probably have tried.
You're just sitting there, smoking a bowl, if I ever wanted to, I could easily.
No, my hips don't know those commands. I don't know how a person moves their body to make it do that.
I wish. I will try. I'll be on my wall, just really doing it, just continuously losing muscle retention, falling.
Oh yeah, 2 or more drinks and I end up and a good set after a show. I am dancing in the mirror at home afterward for sure.
Beyonce. Shakira.
It's the hair too. Her
oh God.
Yeah, that's something to me.
I love a curly hair. Ooh, actually, no. Now, who she plays Fiona on Shameless, Emmy Rossum. God,
she's cute.
Yeah,
cute.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Hunter from Euphoria. I don't know, Hunter Schafer.
Yeah,
her name.
Yes,
she's a queer crush for me.
Yeah, she's cute.
Fucking gorgeous. Just cheekbones you can cut glass on. Insane and hair, beautiful eyes. I love a defined nose. She's got a beautifully defined. Okay, yeah, Or what about you? You would.
I was like, Rachel's getting sweating. You can't see her, but she's sweating.
Again? We
I sweat every episode now.
I only have really one crush right now, and this is guy at the gym that I go to that I see all the time, and he's so beautiful. And I've seen him on some of the apps, so I know that he swings my way. And he's so friendly. He's always talking to somebody else.
What about? I was gonna say, how do we get him to talk to you?
No, I need to be using machine that he needs to use next, or I need to like leave something somewhere where he can find it and bring. He's such a nice guy. He's like, oh hey, you dropped this, or I need to drop something. That's what I should do. I should just drop something.
Yeah,
have a meet cute moment. Have a meet cute. Set yourself up.
Drop like a couple $, because that way, if he doesn't notice, and then you don't have to bend down and be like, or go back and be like, oh no, this $3. It's just like it's like enough that you can like drop it and walk away if it doesn't work, but like. He'll notice it. Yes. It'll be more than one bill. Yeah. And he doesn't know what's on the inside of the one. It could be 100.
Also, put your number on one of the dollar bills.
Right. And he doesn't know what
he takes it. Also, moral thing, if he takes it, then you know he's a dirty thief. And then you'll never actually.
No. I would not call a phone number that was written on my $1.
Yeah, that's
money is disgusting.
Anyway, so you know who he looks like he looks like the actor Matthew McFadden, who plays Tom Wambsgans on Succession.
Oh my God.
So cute.
Oh, I was just more, oh my God, I love the show Succession. He's okay. He does really. Yeah, no, he's cute. He's like handsome.
He is handsome.
Yeah. Sure. But he's not, I don't watch that show and think like, whoa.
Yeah, what about Cousin Greg?
Yeah, I have a thing for Cousin Greg.
For real?
Yeah.
He's goofy.
Is it the Steve Braun guy or Steve whatever?
Yeah, I think that's the tall guy.
Yes, yeah. And, I don't like them tall and thin. I like a stocky. I like meat. I like stock.
You like it all.
I mean, honestly, you give me attention, I probably like you. That's what it is. You give me attention, and I'm just like, yes, thank you. Oh no, my big weakness is curly hair. Curly hair on anyone.
Your big what?
Weakness.
Oh, weakness.
I thought you said weenus, right?
Yeah.
Did you say weenus?
I was like, there's a syllable missing there.
I big weenus.
No, I like curly hair on anyone. Almost. It's gonna be my thing.
Yeah, I mean. It's funny. I don't have really any physical type. Like it's like I know it if I see it thing. But like, it's so funny because one of my law school friends and I talk about this all the time, but we've both on separate occasions used the same metaphor to describe our dating history, which was the UN. He said specifically the lunchroom at the UN, which I think is funnier than me saying the UN, and he's not even a comic. So that's like,
isn't the worst. I hate when non-comics are funny. Like, fucking stop.
You made the same joke, but better than me? No, unacceptable. So we're not friends anymore, but
that's over.
But when I look back, like there's no like common thread, but there's other than just like a vibe. And that's like, I'm queer. So there's no like gender, like, yeah, just, it's a pretty wide range of people.
So wait, in your queer dating history, when has it begun? When did you enter the queer dating world?
Like, a little over a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah. It's great to be here. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
So what was your kind of like your first foray into that dating world?
Well, I started trauma therapy and like, okay, so like over the years, I would disclose to people, like, I never felt fully straight. I like had girl crushes. But like one thing I started doing when I started doing art therapy, it was like talking about like being bullied by girls. And it turns out like enough AIM messages from mean girls in a very formative stage can really like shut that gayness down. Like it just kind of like,
wow. I
was like, well, if I'm attracted to both, then I'll just like, this wasn't a conscious thing, but I just like, to be quite honest, no one really wanted to date me back then anyway. So it really wasn't an issue. But I think when I was ready to start dating, I was like, I'll just do what's like easier. Right. And then like, now I look back and I'm like, oh, poor Hannah in her 20s, just like missed that. But it's also like, at least I know now and can come. And then, of course, like you go through your history and you think about all the moments that like led up to this coming out where you're like, okay, why didn't anyone intervene? One of my friends who's queer sent me like my own Instagram post in certain outfits and was like, this is a really gay outfit. This is a really gay outfit.
That's so funny.
And I was like, thank you so much. This is so validating. But no. Yeah, but it's been great. I mean, it's like, I'm single, but like, you know, like dating is
still awful.
dating. Yeah, exactly.
It was.
And I've had like, just like some stuff going on where I wasn't really dating this year just because I was like trying to take care of myself. But generally, since coming out, I think I've mostly dated women. I've like gone on dates here and there with men or had other types of encounters. But in terms of like consistently seeing someone regularly, which hasn't been many people since coming out, like two.
Oh, okay.
But it's been mostly women. Well, no, and all the people I've consistently seen have been women.
Okay, nice. Do you have like a best queer date that you're just like, oh my God, this is a hand over foot better than dating a man?
Huh. Like, okay, so when you first said that, I thought you meant like, did I have a cool date story? And I was like, I feel like actually they've been pretty chill. I took a girl to the Sixers game. She talked through the whole. It's like honestly, classic woman. Honestly, no, and that was fine because I was like, this is an event where like not everybody goes to the Sixers game to like intently watch it. When Eddie Finn and I, shout out to Eddie Finn, when we go to a Sixers game, we're quiet. Yeah, it's great. But then, no, not to throw shade on this girl. She was really nice. But then we went to a movie together. That was like maybe our fourth date. And it was her idea. And like she talked in the theater and I got really uncomfortable. And then she actually messaged me. It was like, I don't think this is going anywhere. And I was like, oh my God, thank God I don't have to do it. Like, I'd never like broken things off with a lady like that I'd gone on like 4 or 5 dates with. But it was fine. I mean, it was cool. But I guess that was like the Sixers game was the most exciting date. But in terms of like what I've enjoyed about being out with women more than men, besides just like a man not being around, which is like awesome. Yeah, I guess just like conversation and like vibe. And I also feel like it's kind of funny because I like to, like when I'm on a date with a man, I'm like, he better pay. But then when I'm on a date with a woman, I'm like, I want to pay for it. Like I want to like be the,
you're the breadwinner.
You guys can't see. Oh, wait. Can people see us? Oh, yeah. There's like, I'm doing this little motion. And I'm like, if you're listening to this, you can't see me trying to, I guess, show swag or something. I don't know.
Swaggy.
Yeah, swagged out. I mean,
yeah, just like, I don't know, like the caretaker or something.
Yeah,
ooh, okay.
I do that with men too. But like with women especially, I feel like there's one girl was like, wait, don't you just want to split it? And I was like, if you feel really strongly about that, we can, but I would really like to pay. And she was like, okay, hey.
Sure. I'm not gonna lie, that's a very hot response.
Thank
I
you.
like it being given out both ways. That you're just like, listen, the option to split it is there, but I would love, not even prefer, because prefer even like has judgment in it. But like, I'd love to, buy you a drink, buy you dinner.
That's sexy.
Yeah, what can I say? It was a good moment when I realized my game translated. Now, again, my game is limited to about dates 1 through 5. And then after that, I'm an excellent first through fifth date. After that,
I'm a killer first date.
Oh, same.
I think comedians are incredible
for sure. I've had this conversation with people where you're like, it's like doing a set. You know, like which anecdotes are like vulnerable enough to share where you're like, I'm comfortable, I'm getting to know this person, but I'm also like, I've told this story a couple times.
Right.
Or like, here's how I've learned to like boil down my career history. You know, like the things that you're going to talk about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You've learned to make them as entertaining as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Basic details.
You become like all of a sudden this like fucking late night host, and it's like you and some other person, and they're just like, you're incredible. And then after the date, what sucks the most is if the date doesn't go well and they hit you up and they're just like, I just think we vibed so well. I really enjoyed that. I'd love to hang out with you again. And you're just like, listen, I hate to break it to you, but that was all me.
I carried that date.
I carried the date and you had a great time. And I love that for you, but I don't see this working.
Yeah, for sure.
Where did you begin?
Where did I begin?
Well, you began very gay.
Yeah, well, I started in the food court at the Galleria at Crystal Run in Middletown, New York in 2000.
Wait,
Those were my first gay dates that I ever been on. Yes, it was dumb. It was stupid. I was working at I was 19 or 20. I was working at the H&M at the mall.
Cute.
And I got asked out on a date by a guy who worked at the PacSun.
Wow, that's like a movie.
And actually today he's like way out of my league. He's tall, beautiful, angular look.
I mean, PacSun, H&M.
Lips. Yeah. So, but he was very, very new. He was even newer than I was because I started when I was in high school, fooling around, not dating. But this was like, so I went on this date. We went to the food court. We got our food. We put our trays down. We sat across from each other and he looked at me and he said, so we're boyfriends now?
God.
Yeah, that's short circuited me for sure.
What did you say?
Yeah, I don't know that I said no because I think like,
Yeah.
how can you just say no?
Food down.
I probably just started stuffing like French fries in my mouth.
So funny because God, I'm going to a different table. You're like, no.
I still really want to eat this sandwich. One time I just ordered appetizers, and this guy told me he voted for Trump. This was like right after the election. And I was like, I don't know what to say because I'm not going to leave because I really want this food. Then it happened that trivia started in the bar. So not only would that have ruined our date anyway, but it gave us the opportunity to talk about something specific. And his best round was Disney trivia.
Oh,
And I was like, okay. I
yeah.
feel like maybe we're just a little bit different.
So this weekend when I was in DC, I was doing crowd work. And there was this one guy in the crowd and he was with these two other women. And I was like, so what? Are you just like the token guy of the group? And then he like moved a little bit and I was like, okay, so gay. And he was like, yes, very gay. And then I went, where are you here? What are you doing? Because we're all like very young. And he was just like, oh, like I was asking him if he was single. He's like, I'm seeing somebody. And I was like, how long? He was like 2 months. It's going really well. And then I was like, wait, is it a comic? And then it got really quiet. And then I went, run, leave. But then after the show, the comic that he was seeing went up to me and he was like, yeah, we've only been on 2 dates.
Wow.
Well, on 2 dates. I didn't tell him about the show. He just came with his friends. And I was like, oh, I was like, are you guys gonna? He's like, no, I'm ending it tonight.
Yo.
I told him to DM me and let me know how it went. And so I guess I need to reach out to him because we follow each other on Instagram now. But yeah, like,
Damn.
is that like common that like in like a gay relationship, one guy will be like, we're here, we're together. And then the other will be like, ooh. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely had guys that I was like casually seeing, and then we'd be somewhere together, and he would introduce me as his boyfriend. That's instant breakup, by the way. Like, do not. If we haven't had that conversation, and you introduce me as your boyfriend, then we are not on the same page.
Oh, for sure.
All. Which is also tough because you feel bad because that person.
Do you? I don't know. I feel like
there's a lot of real romantics out there in the world. And it's sad because like I'm no longer that. And no scrap of that, no part of that. I can't go back. Don't give me a fucking flower, please.
No, I'll take a flower. I'll take a flower.
Take a flower.
I just like flowers.
I think it depends on the circumstance. I think if it's like once I had somebody show up at an open mic with a bouquet and then proceeded to laugh really hard at all of my jokes while I bombed to everyone else in the room.
Did you like that or not like
Hated it. Hated it.
Because it was patronizing.
It was so patronizing. Absolutely. I was just like, don't fucking laugh when clearly none of these are hitting.
No.
Don't do that to me.
Also, keep my personal life out of these horrible open mics. Like, let me bomb in peace and then get flowers when I get home. Don't bring good things into these terrible spaces.
It's absolutely fucking true.
I leave my personal life at the door because I want that to still be good when I leave.
I mean, do you like it when people you're dating show up at shows?
Yeah. I like when anyone I know comes. Truly. Like I still have bad choices. Well, no, but I just mean because I think going back to what we were talking about with first dates, like there's so many things I've figured out how to tell people about on stage that like I just feel like you get to know me better when you come to a show.
Yeah.
Also, I'm like pretty good at stand-up. So it's like probably my best party trick.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I feel like and it's such a huge part of my life. And it's like the thing I would choose over a person any day.
Yeah.
So I think that like I've had like past employers come see me. Like I also when I was in law school, like got into writing really clean. So that way I could just like not have to, I mean, I still do dirty jokes sometimes. I'm dating. But I do think that like, yeah, I just kind of adopted this mindset of like, even like Friday, I didn't have a great set, but like, I know that I was doing as much as I could. And that like a lot of the hits were just not hitting. And that for whatever reason was just the way it was going to go that night.
Yeah.
And so like, I think, yeah, I don't have like the highest self-esteem, but I am pretty confident in my ability to like not completely bomb my ass off on stage, which means like, yeah, I like when people come, but I also always like, if I'm just seeing someone for a little while and like, not really sure what it is, or, you know, it's their first time seeing me depending on the show, I'll ask them to bring a friend. Cause I'm just like, I would feel more comfortable. Like I'm kind of working and like, I really don't want to have to like worry about what you're doing, but I would love for you to be there. And I find that that's like usually a good way to, because then if you want to hang out with them and their friend after, you can. But then if you're like, oh, I had a bad set, or like, oh, I'm not sure about this person, then you're not like on the hook.
Oh, that's good. That's a good tactic.
Thank you. I've been doing both of these things, dating and comedy, for over a decade.
Pretty good at it.
I'm pretty good at, and I've been having a lot of breakups over that decade and restarting the clock again. So I have a lot of experience with like how to mix those two things. But I also think it comes from like a little bit of like a shrewd place of like when I became a lawyer, people thought comedy was so cool that it's like on my resume and it's like something that like I, again, uses like my fun fact for anything because it's like the whole records department of my law firm, my like helium showcase that apparently made its way around. I don't know who found it, but like someone was up on my floor the one day and she was like, "Oh my God, it's you. Like your jokes are so funny." And she was like quoting my own jokes. Like, sorry, I know this isn't about dating, but I was just like, no, I loved it because I was like, I don't know, like I might not be the best at my day job, but like I'm pretty good at comedy. So, like, oh no,
I would fucking love that.
Yeah, I was like, this is awesome. Like you, and she didn't like come up there to talk to me. She had just come up to get something. So like I walked out of my office and she was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, this is like a great feeling.
Also, nothing feels better than somebody seeing you and then going, "Oh my God, it's you." Like that's just already like started my day. I get recognized more for wrestling than I do for stand-up.
That's cute.
Which is
awesome.
But it's one of those things where it's like, I'd rather be known for my stand-up. That's my passion. Like wrestling is like fun and it's nice, but it definitely like it attracts a very niche person.
Sure.
That's why that's the one thing I don't mention dating. I don't mention that I wrestle until like you're into it because like I'm gonna say that most of the people that I am attracted to would not find the wrestling like a huge plus, at least.
Interesting. Why not?
Because like it's like kind of crusty and like punky and like DIY and like there's that part of me, but like I'm literally wearing like a sundress and like goalless right now. Like I tend to go a little bit more like normie in like my life and existence. And so like, like I end up dating like guys with like haircuts or like, like if it's a girl, she said
that like that was so crazy.
Guys with like haircuts.
Did you know that men could get haircuts too?
Wild. Or like girls like with like pretty like long hair, like or like femmes. I tend to go femme. I tend to go petite femme,
I like a tall femme. I like a
statuesque
WNBA player, you know what I mean?
I like a
Brittany
thick
Griner,
idiot.
Caitlin Clark. Like a thick idiot. Oh yeah, all the men I'm into are thick idiots. Yeah, that's just because I like proving I'm smarter than you.
Could you also name that your first stand-up album, Idiot?
Yes.
I like that very, or like a band name or something. That's great.
That would track, yeah. But yeah, like the wrestling doesn't attract the type of person the way I want. I'd rather be recognized for stand-up. And I think the only time I've ever been like, ooh, was once I was kind of telling a joke about somebody I was dating and it was like definitely making fun of them more than it was like kind.
What?
And I had to like tailor the end. Like I added a tag to make it a little nice again. But it was like my milk joke that I have about like a dude's favorite drink being milk. And like he was in the audience. And so just off the top of my head, I just went calcium, good for one bone in the body. And I was like, I hope that this makes it easy. And then like literally like a week later, I told him I didn't want to see him anymore.
Ouch. My friend dated a girl that her favorite drink was milk. And I was like, that is the weirdest thing. I called her, I can't say her name, but it was an alliteration. She had an M name. So it was like Milky what?
Melissa.
It wasn't Melissa, but let's say it was. Yeah. Milky Melissa. Yeah.
What a nickname.
Yeah. Wait, can I ask a question? Because you brought up something about like you don't tell people you wrestle. What are some things you don't tell people or you do or don't tell people on the first date? Because I can think of like a couple of like, because I've been dating for a long time, like, and I feel like I'm in my 30s. Like, I'm just like, I know what I want. Like, I'm close friends with one of my exes, and I always tell people on the first date because I'm like, if this is an issue, like, it's not going to work out. Like, I don't want to. It already took us long enough to become friends again that like I'm not going to then like reconfigure that friendship to make someone feel comfortable. Like, also at this age, like people have kids with their exes. Like, it's like I kind of don't mind someone who's friends with an ex, because it shows me that like, yeah, people can just have like good relationships, but it doesn't work out. You're not like, I have a lot of toxic people in my past. So like, I wouldn't love having to tell someone like, oh yeah, I blocked everybody I've ever dated, you know? Like,
Oh, I definitely think that somebody who like only calls all their exes crazy or like a bitch. The bitch is immediate. I'm like, nope, I'm never, this isn't going anywhere. But what do I hold back on a first date? I don't know. Do you have anything? Because like I know I do. I just can't think of it now.
Politics.
Politics. Oh, you hold back on politics initially.
Because I'm way, 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 way to the left, and I actually hold back on that just generally around everyone because I think I'm to the left of most people, and I don't know. I just don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, there's nothing that's gonna kill a mood more than like decide like all of a sudden in the middle you're like debating.
Yeah,
and it's
I don't
not
want
even like hot.
No, I hate that. I hate it becoming like a political discussion during, even when you're just agreeing with each other. You're like, all right, great. So we agree with each other. This is boring. This is so boring. So I don't know, that part of things is a little bit of a minefield, especially because like I've had like bad experiences. Like the one guy he's a South Philly dude, very handsome dude, super hokey mouth. The South Philly accent is so ripe, so hot.
Is it weirdly hot? Yeah, I don't know why.
We're talking about a thick idiot. He sounds like a fucking idiot. I love it. And we were at that diner on South and Broad. It's closed now. We were just on a regular date, and I was talking to him about that. I was like non-binary, and he got really mad and he got real upset, and we broke up after that. Yeah, and he was like, "What? So you want to be like a woman?" And I was like, "I'm not even wearing chapstick."
No, I just don't
look at me. Like, no, it's so like, yeah, ever since then, I'm like, let's just have a good time. Let's just have some fun.
Oh,
I know, it's so sad.
I don't like
can't
that.
be the fullness of myself.
I think I hold back that my dad's dating a woman who is a year older than me.
Oh.
And I don't like the judgment that comes from other people. I want to judge it, but I don't want the judgment to come from other people immediately. Because like eventually when I get to know you, like we can talk about it and like we can get into it because I have feelings. But like, I don't know, I'm really protective of my dad and like my family.
That's fair.
And so like, and when I tell people that, like, oh, I bet you hate it. Oh, I bet she's hot. I'm just like, I don't want to discuss it. I just don't want to get into it. So that's like a thing that I'll hold off on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think there's like certain personal things like, but I do tend to like share. I feel like, and I try to be like, not strategic, but like I try to be like, I don't know. Sometimes I have trouble sharing, or I don't want to like seem like I'm like shut down or dead inside. So I will try to like think about
seem like I'm dead inside is a very funny sentence.
Even though I like self-proclaim being dead inside. But no, so I'll try to like have like some anecdotes that I think, like, for example, like I'm pretty open talking about my anxiety or my ADHD, but like I won't necessarily go into the specifics of like my mental health diagnoses and medication.
Fair.
Like I'll talk about the ADHD, and then I feel like, collective anxiety of being a human being, but then also some of the specifics. But I don't usually get much deeper than that because I feel like I don't know any other life than like taking medication for mental health. Like I've been in therapy for 20 years, but I think that like, yeah, there's just, you never know someone's level of judgment or like someone's level of sophistication with like the DSM-5, and you don't want to start like talking to someone about something that they have no familiarity with, and you're going to be judged on something. Yeah. So I don't know. Right. I think I want to be open enough about it that like they know from the get-go, like I'm in therapy.
Right.
And like I need to be forever.
Have you ever done like group therapy with someone you were dating?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay. Not that I'm against it. It's just never gotten to that point.
I just always hear now from people, it's like a new thing where it's like, oh, you don't even like, just start doing therapy together. Don't have an issue even, just do it together. And it's just
I've heard that.
Huh, okay, cool. I mean, like, it seems like it would be really great for communication. I don't know. That was the reason my last big breakup happened, was because I was like, I think we should go to couples therapy. And he literally was just like, I don't want to try that hard. And then it was, that was, oof. Ouch. That hurt. Yeah. And then I was like, I guess then we should break up. And he literally went, is that okay? And we both started crying. It was awful.
My God, is that okay? What?
Yeah. I was just like, fucking nut up and break up with me then. Don't make me do the heavy emotional lifting.
Yeah.
You'd think that I dated more women after that, but no, only a couple makeouts here and there.
Oh, Lord.
It's just, like slight it'll be like somebody will be in my life and I'll find them insanely attractive. And then I'll finally muster up the courage to like, or have enough drinks to like,
Drinks help.
drinks definitely help to like kiss them or like, ask them if I can kiss them or something like that. And then that'll happen. But then inevitably, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm at a stage where I don't know if I'm ready to like take the full dive. But I like
Do you mean,
acknowledge to like date like go on a real date.
Like dive into the
Just diving in and out
into the pussy. Yeah, come on.
I didn't want to finish the sentence for you.
I'm just honestly, I'm intimidated. I'm intimidated because I think that dicks are so easy.
Super, but
Super
it's
simple.
Really, it's not that hard.
I feel
It's
like
really not that hard. Like once like also women are so supportive. They'll like tell you what to do. It's like it's really. I found that maybe because I was just like, this is like what I should have been doing all along. But I feel like, it's not. Don't worry about it.
It's like your first time doing stand up. You're like, this is where I've been meant to be my whole life.
Yeah, well, that's also like I had written an essay in like 6th grade that I was going to be a stand-up comedian. So there was like a lot riding on my first set. It was like, if I died up there, well, we don't have to get into that. Anyway, it worked out.
Nice. Okay.
I'm doing local stand-up comedy.
Hey. Yeah. Oh my gosh. A decade of local stand-up comedy. That's been, it's been hitting me more. But hey, now I don't do shows if I'm not getting paid for them. So that's fun.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah. That's
She's
my move.
arrived.
But only in Philly. If I'm out of town, I will take what I can get.
That's fair. That's fair.
The morsels of stage time. I'm just like, how much do I have? 20 seconds? Okay, yeah, I can do that. I can finish a joke. But anyway, were you ever intimidated at the idea of having sex with a man?
I'm intimidated by every situation that I encounter. One of the things that I am like the little scared of is that I am probably at some point going to date a man who has a vagina. And that will take some navigating. Like you said earlier, dicks are easy. I know how dicks work. But I have, at this point, like I've met many trans men that I've been attracted to.
Yeah.
It's not, outside the realm of possibility that I'll date one and that will become sexually intimate. And I'm a little bit intimidated by eating pussy.
I'm excited for you. Oh my God, call me. I'm excited for you. No, just because like, okay. I just love that. I love everything you just said. That made me so happy. Because like, obviously, like, I don't know. Life is so hard for trans people. And I just love hearing like, yes, I'm attracted to trans men because they're freaking men. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Exactly. I find that like most of the people that I am like attracted to on like the queer spectrum tend to be, well, it's either very femmy chicks or like trans men. Or like, trans non-binary, like in that sort of like spectrum. But like, I wish you best of luck.
Look, I can't tell you how many lesbians I've weirded out over the years because I developed some kind of bizarre crush.
Yeah. So like,
oh my God.
But like the idea of like, then you get to try vagina for that's like so exciting.
Yeah,
it's like,
kind of exciting.
It's pretty great. It's great.
I think I'll do a good job.
I'm sure you will.
And if I don't at the first, I'll try again.
Send them your notes. Yes.
He'll tell you what.
I mean, like,
works.
I know, I've read magazines. I know the outlines of it, right?
I'll just get you a stack of Cosmo, like jump cut to like me and Rachel, like opening Cosmo, being like, okay, this is a good chance.
I feel like I've talked to at least one of you before about like how I think you're supposed to eat pussy. Have I ever?
No, I don't think
Can
I've
I tell you
gotten
how
the
I think you're supposed to? And you tell me what?
Give me the notes.
Okay, so you get in there. Right? It's there. It's in front of you. And you start, and so many of the nerve endings are on the labia, the outer area. Okay. So you sort of, lick and touch around the outer area, and then once there's enough arousal, the clitoris will appear from underneath its hood. It emerges. And it's
like a talk a parent would give their kid, like, and then sort of like, you tell me what you think it is, and we'll go from there.
And then when the clitoris comes out, you start fucking just drumming on it, right?
Like that.
Yeah. Then you do the alphabet. Done. Right? Is that
just one time through? Don't do it.
And if nothing happens, well, try again next year.
Just think of it like Groundhog Day.
I just imagine being like, huh?
I did it.
Honestly, baby steps for your first vagina. It will take accustomed, like getting used to it.
Yeah.
You know that Simpsons episode where Sideshow Bob is singing, "You've grown accustomed to my face." It's you with pussy.
I was gonna say, I feel like what I can think of is not the alphabet, more so just like do the same thing. Whatever you choose, do the same thing for longer than you think you should be doing.
Oh, okay.
And then if they tell you like, hey, like do this thing, do that for as long, even if it feels like a long time. Because chances are, like, if you do something randomly different, they're gonna be like, "No, why'd you do that?"
Also, if he tells you he's gonna come, just know it's a lot further away than you think.
Yeah.
It's a lot longer than you think.
Been there too, though, because I can feel it, and then it's like 30 seconds later, I was like, "Well, yeah, I am gonna."
About that.
Yeah, let's circle back, but I promise it's gonna happen.
I just meant like at some point.
Because that's the same way, like having a wiener dog, you know, like having a dick. Sometimes like the thing that when I say like keep doing that, please keep on doing it longer than you think you need to.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's like, and it's everyone's so specific. Like there's not one way to do it. Whereas like dick.
My hot take is listen to the body, not the person. Unless the person says no or stop, then listen.
Yeah, I was like, what? Listen
Hold
to
on,
the
there's an addendum to that. But I will say that, like, if somebody's like, "Oh, great, like, cool," that's like that might just be encouragement. But if somebody starts like tensing up or like moving, that's just like, "Oh, okay, all right, I'm in the vicinity." Like, right now you can start the countdown.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the leg shake. I love the leg shake. I love it. It tells you that something's going well.
God, I love a leg shake.
Mm-hmm.
That'll. Yeah, I'm in a place right now where like I'm having single girl summer and I'm not really hooking up with people. But if there's anything that I miss most of all, it is somebody going down on me. More than anything in the world.
Oh,
really? That's so interesting. I feel like, okay, never mind. That's not that interesting. That makes sense. It's pretty great. Yeah, it's pretty great. I would miss that.
I think that's one of the things I'm going through right now is a breakup.
Yeah.
With my weed dealer, we've been like
for
like 14 years.
I was gonna say that's the longest.
We were getting more serious, and then
honestly, God bless. Have you gone no contact?
We've gone no contact.
Love that for you.
We've gone no contact, but like what I was gonna say is tough because like I don't miss him so much, and he really he flipped his lid and he fucked up.
Yeah,
he told me to unalive myself. We were, and when the argument started about Joe Biden and then became about not that. I know, so fucking ridiculous.
That's what those girls told me on AOL Instant Messenger. Fuck those callbacks to the beginning.
So mean. So I was like, all right, well, I guess this is done. You can't come back. But the thing is, like, I don't miss him. I miss certain things. There are certain things that he did that were very beneficial for me.
Oh God.
And that's tough. That's tough. You're like,
that there's certain, it's like one of those things where it's like post breakup, there's certain things that like you're like, I'm very glad I don't know what to do with this anymore, but then you're like, I miss that.
I actually don't think I've truly experienced that. I think I typically I was a virgin for a really long time, and then I started having sex and I was like, I'm ready to do this. And so I typically after a breakup will go through like a pretty heavy slut phase, and I feel like it's not so much the like I don't know, for some reason I'm just really good at having sex without feeling anything. So it's like, I mean, feeling anything emotionally. And that's not something like I say like, oh, like as a joke. Like I really like, it's just, so that's not the part of relationships I usually end up missing. Like I usually can like fulfill that need, but it's the like, does anyone care that I'm like having a bad day kind of thing that I miss? You know what I mean? Like, but now I've been single for so long that like, I don't miss that. Like I like even like I have a crush on someone right now, but like, I just like sometimes will stop responding to texts because I'm like, I can't like be that available. Like my Sims need me. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I don't know. I'm just used to being on my own. And I think like, I had like a rough year. So I'm not, but then I'm afraid like, oh my God, if I like don't pursue something that seems good just because I feel like I'm in a weird place, like then I don't know.
No, I get that. It's like a thing where it's like, am I prohibiting my own happiness by like trying to give myself space, or am I like passing up on something that could be really good? Because I've definitely like called things early when I've gotten like because something in my head just goes, oh, I'm not like, I'm not ready. Like, it's not a good time for me, blah, 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 blah. And then like a month or so down the line, I'm like, did I just fuck up? Did I just like fuck my life up and say no to something when I should have just kept it going and like
Probably not, but like,
yeah.
there is that risk. Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially like I'm a runner. I'm avoidant attachment style,
Same.
and and when something starts to get like too good or like I start to like really like somebody, I'll come up with basically fake, not real excuses for us to like not go. Except the last guy I dated, those were very real ones. He used to smack the hoods of cars when they were too far in the box and we were crossing the street.
No.
Psycho.
Violence.
Psycho behavior.
You're choosing violence.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? You do that to the wrong car and you get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Absolutely. Or worse. But like I've definitely like in the 2 years I've been single, I think like 2 or 3 times I've been like, no. And then like, yeah, I just cut it off early and like ran away. But and then I've also cowered it out on like hitting on one girl in particular. I was at a party, I got a little drunk and I like thought I was being smooth. And like, you know, when you're like hitting on somebody and you're a little drunk and you think you're killing it, but then like the next day you're like, I definitely was not killing it whatsoever. I was like, I don't know why I went into this person. I'm not this person, but I was just like, so what are you drinking? And I was just like, who are you? Stop doing that. You're not that guy. What's your biggest like fail when it comes to hitting on women?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you had one?
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I can think of in the very beginning, this made me laugh so hard, was I was on a date with this girl and she was like a hardcore lesbian. Like she was like mildly biphobic, but we talked about it and it's cool. But we're friends now. How gay is that, right? But staying friends.
Pretty gay.
But she turned to me at one point and she was like, you have to cut your nails. Like they're way too long. And I was like, what? And then it like dawned on me like, oh, you can't like have daggers and then try to have sex with a woman. And so that was like a little embarrassing because she was like kind of called me out for it. But also I have gorgeous nails. So it was like then she taught me about the lesbian manicure and everything's great. So I got to keep some of my long nails and then trim the others for activities as needed.
Wait, explain the lesbian manicure.
Oh, you just like all your nails are long except for like the 2 you would use to do the work.
I love how you went into this.
So it's like,
this.
I just trimmed them, but like you can kind of tell like these 2 are shorter on each hand. And like usually these are long, my other ones are longer. So like it's like more noticeable. But like it's funny because like straight people don't notice. I feel like
no.
The only people who notice are like people who are looking. It's like me, like I notice anyone wearing a wedding ring, anyone who's hot, immediately I look at their like,
oh yeah, absolutely. I check it out. I'm just like, okay, not on the market. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, with women, I get so nervous that I'm like also I was bullied a lot as a kid too, but in particular, I had a really, really mean sister. Which, yeah, that was the thing. I think that probably like, and like I played soccer. So like for me, like feminine camaraderie is not like lost on me. It's just like I always sort of like would put my needs aside. And I also feel like part of like having a really mean sister was that like I would put my like own thoughts about like maybe like repressed thoughts or whatever, I would just sort of like push them down because I'd be like, well, you're a horrible person because even if your own family can't be nice to you, then maybe you're not worth loving. And then, but then with guys, it was really easy because I was just like, I mean, I'm so hot. And so I would like get male attention. I'd be like, this makes sense to me. But then like whenever I'd come around women, I would just like get shy and like really introverted. And like, so hitting on women, I feel like I'm combining what I know about the male gaze and then also my anxiety of being around women. And it just creates this like weird, like Quasimodo type, like
this persona you adopt where you're like, yo, what's up, man?
Oh, baby girl.
I have a humpback right now. I'm super fun in bed. We actually can use the hump. Okay.
Can like do something different.
No, I mean, I'm surprised to hear that just because I know you to be a confident person. So I feel like I'm like, oh, okay. Like, but I get that. Like, I feel like there's a nerve. I get nervous with women in a different way because I'm not really nervous with men anymore. But if I am, it's usually because like I have some sort of emotional connection to them, right?
Ooh,
but with women, like just going on a date, sometimes I feel nervous because I'm like, you know, it's just newer. And so it's like, you don't know, like, where she, like, I don't know what she's expecting, especially when you go out with lesbians. Like, I feel like I've been lucky. I've only encountered a couple like really biphobic lesbians. And then like one of them, I was like, why are we out then? Like not the one about the nails, she's cool, but like another one where I was like, you have like nothing but bad things to say about bisexual people. Like what? Like why?
That's not nice. You know who I am, clearly. So it's just making fun of me.
But I don't feel like there's like a secret to like hitting on women versus hitting on men. Like I feel like if you, that's one thing I've learned, I guess, in the last years. Like I made this joke earlier, but it is kind of true. Like my game, the way I play it translates over. It's just a little bit different. But like, I feel like I can still be myself. And it's like, that's how like, you know, it was confirmed for me immediately. Like the first time I went out with a woman, I was like, oh, this feels like totally normal and natural. And like, I'm nervous, but like not because I shouldn't be here.
I love that. I love the confidence of that. My game, the way I play it. Well, the way that you play it, Hannah, I'm in. We're dating.
We're dating officially.
So thank you so much for joining us. That has been We're Dating.
Oh, do you have anything that you want to let the people know about?
Oh, yes. Thank you. This has been so fun. I have a show at Helium Comedy Club on Sunday, August 4th called The Happiest Hour with Hannah Trav. It is a happy hour show, 4 p.m., sponsored by Stateside Vodka, local showcase. It'll be really fun.
And where can people find you on?
At Wanda Cheeseburger on both TikTok and Instagram, spelled traditionally.
Amazing. All right.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here on the show.
You know what is an amazing idea, Rachel?
What's an amazing idea?
Liking and subscribing.
Oh my God, you're very, very right.
To us.
To us at we.r.datingpod on Instagram. And you can find us under that on YouTube as well.
That's right. That's we.r.datingpod. And that's the letter R.
Yeah, that was my bad.
You'll figure it out.
Hey, how you doing? This is Neil Wood, one of the co-owners of Drop 10 Media Network and who helps run Biggest Little Comedy. You can check out all the other stuff we do at drop10.com. We've got podcasts, live comedy shows, and so much more. Go over there, support your favorite podcasts, follow them, subscribe. We appreciate it, and we're 100% DIY. Just a bunch of creatives trying to make it in this, and give us some feedback. We always enjoy a little feedback. Thanks.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.